tomorrow's chance of bad weather is shutting down schools across East Alabama.
Strong to potentially severe thunderstorms coming tomorrow afternoon to East Alabama. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, it is officially the first round of the AHSA State Duals Tournament for East Alabama teams in Class 1A through 4A. It's also a full slate of high school basketball right here in East Alabama. We have the full preview of the night ahead. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
The Calhoun and Cleburne County school systems, along with the Anniston, Oxford, and Jacksonville City schools, announced this afternoon that they will hold an e-learning day on Friday because of the severe weather threat. Oxford officials say K through 4 classes will send assignments home with instructions, while grades 5 through 12 students will bring their devices home with their work for the day. All school-sponsored extracurricular activities scheduled to take place prior to 4 p.m. on Friday have been canceled. Any school-sponsored extracurricular activities taking place after 4 p.m. will be evaluated tomorrow, and parents will be notified. Calhoun County officials say that assignments for secondary students will be provided in core subjects, while assignments for elementary school students will be provided for math and ELA. John Holder will be joining us later in this newscast for a complete look at the storms predicted for tomorrow.
State troopers reported 26 fewer traffic fatalities in Alabama during 2023 than it did in the previous year. That continues a trend started in 2022, which had 19 fewer roadway deaths than the previous 12 months. According to statistics compiled by the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, the department investigated a total of 31,717 traffic crashes, which resulted in a little over 11,000 injuries, including 560 fatal injuries. The total number of accidents declined by 273, but non-fatal injuries increased by 156. ALEA Secretary Hal Taylor said that for the second year, his agency used the holiday season to promote traffic safety with its 12 Days of Safety education program. Topics ranged from winterizing and preparing vehicles before long trips to seatbelt safety and risky behaviors such as impaired and drowsy driving. Despite the warnings, 19 lives were lost during the official 9-day travel period. 2 were motorcyclists and 1 was a pedestrian. Of the 16 who were traveling in vehicles equipped with seat belts, 3 were using them, but 12 were not buckled in. The fatal crashes occurred in Calhoun, Cleburne, St. Clair, and Talladega counties.
When we return, Piedmont police make 4 arrests in an armed robbery case.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Piedmont police arrested 4 men Wednesday night and charged them with first-degree robbery. Police say they were called to the Country Corner store at the intersection of Shady Grove Road and Alabama Highway 9 at 9:24 p.m. Wednesday to investigate a possible robbery at gunpoint in the parking lot. Police were told that the suspects had shot at their victims as they drove away from the store in a blue Chevrolet Equinox. A bolo was sent out to surrounding agencies, and Jacksonville police notified the Piedmont police that they had the vehicle on a traffic stop on Alabama Highway 21. Piedmont officers took the suspects into custody and charged all 4 with first-degree robbery. They've been identified as Jalik Remitris Long, 19 of Jacksonville, Jamarius Markel Billingsley, 19 of Anniston, Malcolm Montgomery, 18 of Jacksonville, and Bakari Dekel Jamal Foster, 20 of Jacksonville. All 4 were taken to the Calhoun County Jail, where they're currently held with no bond, awaiting an Anaya's Law hearing.
A multi-vehicle crash that occurred at approximately 4:20 p.m. Monday has claimed the life of a Talladega woman. Miranda M. Williams, 32, was fatally injured when the 2010 Ford Focus that she was driving struck a 2001 Honda Accord driven by Alan R. Waldrop, 70 of Ashland. After the initial impact, the Ford then struck a 2019 Chevrolet Tahoe driven by Edward L. Hill, 52 years old, of Columbia, South Carolina. As a result of the impact, the Ford left the roadway and overturned. Williams was not using her seatbelt at the time of the crash and was pronounced deceased at the scene. The crash occurred on Alabama 21 near Kelly Springs Road, approximately 3 miles north of Talladega.
When we come back, local musicians are invited to join the band this spring.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The Cheaha Winds Community Band is getting ready for its 2024 season and is looking for new members to begin rehearsals at the end of this month. Conductor Jared Ross explains.
We are starting back up rehearsals for our 24th season, and we hope that everybody who has any kind of interest in playing a band instrument, whatever kind of experience you have, we'd love to see you come out and make music with us. We rehearse at the Jacksonville High School band room at 6:30 to 8 o'clock on Tuesdays, and we will start back up on January 30th.
More information is available at the cheahawinds.org and on the band's Facebook page.
Registration is now taking place for an open water scuba course to be taught at the Anniston Aquatic Center and Diveland Park. Classes will begin in May and registration costs $495 now through the end of March. The course will include online classwork, confined water training sessions, and open water certification dives at Diveland Park. For information, contact course director John Valdez at divelandpark@yahoo.com.
So all afternoon, the schools have been telling us, hey, we're not going to have school tomorrow. Stay home, do the e-learning.
That's right.
Because we don't know how severe this weather is going to be, and better safe than sorry.
That's exactly right. And we want to make sure that we give you the best information possible. And doing that for us today is John Holder, who joins us now in the EAN Weather Center. John, tell us about it.
Mike and Katie, it could be a stormy afternoon coming up on Friday here in Calhoun and Cleburne counties. We will have the complete forecast details for tomorrow and the weekend next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Plenty of sunshine today across East Alabama, and the temperatures we're warmer today. 61 for the high, actually a little bit above normal for this time of year. Another cold morning this morning at 28 degrees, a little bit below average for this time of year. Record high temperature 80 degrees and the record low temperature 1 degree. That was back in 1982. Sunrise and sunset times. The sun rising tomorrow at 6:48. Sun setting this afternoon at 4:54. Take you to weather on your street for a Thursday night. Brockford Road over in Heflin and Cleburne County. It's going to be breezy tonight. That's going to be the big thing. You're going to see the winds picking up in Cleburne County and all across East Alabama. 15 to 20 miles per hour after midnight, gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. But it's going to be warmer tonight. The low only dropping down to 44. So we're going to be 15, 16 degrees warmer tonight than we have been for the last several nights across the region. Coming up tomorrow, the morning hours will be okay. Out on McKee Street in Piedmont, it's going to be fine in the morning. But as we get into the afternoon hours, after lunchtime, that time frame of lunchtime to about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to be looking at strong storms. I'll be honest with you, so the severe weather threat has lessened a little bit across East Alabama for tomorrow. So that's a good thing, but still the chance of strong storms, maybe even a severe storm or two coming up tomorrow afternoon. And it will be warm once again, even warmer than today, 62 for the high. And as we look ahead to the weekend, Franklin Drive in the Golden Springs area of Anniston, behind this front, we're going to clear this out. The rain will be gone. A dry weekend coming up, but it's going to be cold. Highs in the 40s on Saturday. Sunday, we might reach the 50-degree mark, but for the most part, you can look at most of the daytime hours with temperatures in the 40s on both Saturday and Sunday. The 7-day forecast looking like this. Got those strong storms coming in tomorrow, a 90% chance of rain tomorrow, then dry for the weekend, 47 for the high on Saturday. We'll briefly get into the low 50s on Sunday. Monday, clouds return, and by late in the day, we could have maybe some snow, possibly mixed in late in the day on Monday. You see the high temperature only 43 degrees, a cold day coming up. And then you see some snow showers possible as we get into Monday night and Tuesday morning. Right now, about a 1 in 3 chance of that. We're still a long way away, about 5 days away from that. So we'll be watching that very carefully. But there is a chance we could have some snow showers or flurries. We don't think this will be a big event, but we'll be watching that very carefully. Look at that high on Tuesday. That will be the big story. The high only 34 degrees. That is what our average low is, even for this time of year in January. So some cold weather coming, dropping down to 17 degrees by Wednesday morning. Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, that will be the coldest night and coldest morning that we have coming up. And then we'll moderate those temperatures a little bit. We'll be back in the 40s on Wednesday, upper 40s by Thursday, but we do not see any real warm weather coming. Today was our last really warm, dry day. We'll be warm tomorrow, but of course we got plenty of rainfall and storms coming. Let's take a look at that drought monitor, and we expected improvement after all the rain we had over the weekend and the early part of the week. We expected some improvement, and we do. You can see here in East Alabama, in Calhoun and Cleburne counties, the extreme drought, it's gone. It's not there at all anymore. We've still got an area here over in western Etowah County, southern Marshall County, northern Blount County, southern DeKalb County that is in that extreme drought. But for us here in East Alabama, conditions are improving. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. We're still in a severe drought, but certainly much better than it has been. And with more rain coming tomorrow, we think these conditions will continue to improve as we move through the month of January. I'll be right back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. as we look at that breakfast forecast for all of East Alabama. Right now, it is sports time. Name of the Pits is next. Namath?
Thanks, John. The AHSA State Duels bracket starts tonight for Class 1A through 4A, and we have 4 East Alabama teams that have made the first round, but only one is hitting the mat tonight. The Piedmont Bulldogs are set to travel to face Corner, the Yellow Jackets, who won their region by edging Dora by 2 points. The Piedmont Bulldogs got to the first round of the State Duels bracket by winning their region, except for the championship where they fell to Weaver. So Piedmont is the 2 seed out of that region, and that is what has them traveling to face the Corner Yellow Jackets. Now, if Piedmont wins this one, they will move on to the second round, which would be on Saturday, where they will face the winner of Weaver and Dora, who are set to wrestle tomorrow. Now, this one is not a State Duels, but but it is still wrestling that's taking place tonight in East Alabama, and that is Coach Ben Carroll and the Welborn Panthers, who are at home hosting Pleasant Valley and Sachs. Originally, Southside Gadsden was supposed to be at this quad. It was supposed to be Pleasant Valley, Sachs, Southside, and Welborn, but Southside is in the Class 5A State Duals tournament, and so that's why it is now a try with Welborn, Pleasant Valley, and Sachs, but nonetheless, they're still wrestling tonight at Welborn. Basketball action is still in effect, and it is slammed tonight with some area games, along with some non-area games that are compelling as teams prepare for the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. Let's go ahead and preview all of the games for tonight, starting with an area game. The Walter Welborn Panthers are going to go on the road to face the Sachs Wildcats in what is an area game. Now, both of these teams have already failed to Piedmont and Weaver, and so it just comes down to placement in terms of the area tournament. Coach Lumpkin and Coach Dempsey both going to go on the road to face Coach Ginn and the Sachs Wildcats. Again, this is a 3A area game that's at Sachs. This one's also an area game, is not an area game, but this is a very good game that could be a preview of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament, and that is the Anniston Bulldogs on the road at White Plains. Coach Chris Randall's team is set to host the Anniston Bulldogs. The boys' game is going to be one heck of a game, and for Coach Clay Sprayberry and the White Plains girls, we don't know how things are going to be for them because this is Eddie Bullock's team, first time coming off of a loss to a 4A opponent, so it'll be interesting to see if White Plains catches a mean, hungry Anniston team that's coming off a loss to Hanley, or if that loss is still going to be lingering for the Anniston girls. But needless to say, some good games at White Plains tonight as they host Anniston. Now, this game is just boys, but the Donahoe Falcons are on the road at Wadley, and this is a non-area game as well, as the Donahoe Falcons again are at Wadley. This is just boys action, but still two Class 1A teams that are going head-to-head. It should be an interesting non-area game at Wadley. The Faith Christian Lions are on the road at Winterboro. This is two 1A programs that are going head-to-head as the Faith Christian Lions go on the road to Winterboro. Keep your eyes on this one. This is an experienced Winterboro team that returned a lot of starters from last year. This is a Faith Christian team that has been really good up to this point in the season, and so tough competition for Faith Christian. But the Lions tonight keep that tough competition going as they travel to Winterboro. The Ohatchee Indians are on the road at Montford tonight. Coach Kyle Wilson and Coach Aaron Jackson will take the Indians into Talladega County, where they will face off against Montford. Again, this is a non-area game. This is Class 3A versus Class 4A, as the Ohatchee Indians get ready for the county tournament by going on the road to Montford. This is a big area game in Class 3A as the Piedmont Bulldogs go on the road at Weaver. The Piedmont Bulldogs are coming off losses in both the boys and girls from Tuesday night, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond. And for the Weaver girls, they're coming off a loss on Tuesday night to Cleburne County, but for the boys, they're coming off wins against Ohatchee and Cleburne County, so a lot of momentum going for Weaver. Coach Bo Wynn and the Weaver Bearcat boys have talked about how this is a revenge game, so all eyes are on a big big area game, I should say, in Class 3A between the Piedmont Bulldogs and the Weaver Bearcats. This one is also an area game as the Jacksonville Golden Eagles travel on the road to Cherokee County. Cherokee County's coming off a loss to the White Plains boys in area play. The girls are coming off a win against the White Plains girls, but the Jacksonville Golden Eagles are going to take their next test into Cherokee County, where this is surely going to be one heck of a Class 4A area game. Expect Jacksonville to come out on top, but you're still going to get your money's worth on the girls' game for sure. It'll be interesting to see how the guys' game turns out after seeing what White Plains did to Cherokee County. It'll be interesting to see if Jacksonville can do the same. And that's it for all the basketball action for tonight, and that's it for EA and local sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for the update, Namath, and thank you for watching today.
You can find us here online every weekday on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and on our website, eastalabamanow.com. Just go to our video feed and watch us whenever it's convenient for you.
That's right. We'll see you back here Friday for your news on your schedule.